Good afternoon. Welcome to a live broadcast of the 2025 Classic Green Reunion Tractor Parade. Jerry out of Kansas, was it?
Yep.
It's my co-host. I understand there are about 40 different tractors in this parade.
316 lawn tractor.
And there's something unique about each one.
Model L with a plow.
What makes that unique?
Those were kind of built for garden tractors. They were the first version of what they became garden tractors. Another 2520 new generation tractor.
What does the number mean?
That's the model of it. And these would have been when they were making most of them into diesels and so forth in the 60s. And this is a B here.
This looks like the first tractor ever made.
One of the early ones.
What does he have up here on front?
So this is a cultivator. There were different models of cultivators, and that one has the discs on it.
He also has spoke wheels.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's unique.
Yep. Highly collectible that way.
This looks like my grandpa's tractor.
Yep. 630 would have been the last of the 50s that they made. Row crop tractors. Newer garden tractor here, 212.
John Deere really, oh my gosh, what is this?
So this would have been a spraying apparatus.
I've never seen that before.
Yep. Special built 420.
So does that go over like a row of corn?
Exactly.
Not as much a city girl as you think. I can figure it out.
332 lawn tractor.
So when you say lawn tractor, it doesn't have the blade on the bottom like you'd mow a lawn.
Yeah, but it was made to where that could be put on it. Yeah.
That's a hefty vehicle.
320, yep. Very nicely done. $520s.
So the 1956 is when it was...
The year that they built it, yep.
Okay.
58 model 720 there. Yep. 40 long hood B. Electric start.
How do you know that?
Well, it's got a generator and it's got a long hood and all kinds of things that make it a little special. And style B, style A. This would be from 51, 52, or maybe late 50.
Is the sound of the John Deere unique to the model or the brand altogether?
Two cylinders, yep.
Okay.
The way that they are built, they sound different than the other tractors for sure.
Is this a pretty fine display?
Oh yeah, well done tractors. There's a G, 38G, first year that they had those. 412 cubic inches on those displacements for those two cylinders. Model 70 propane. High crop G, those are pretty special.
Why is that?
Well, they didn't build very many of them, and that high crop business was made to clear crops. This looks like a GP. $60.
Somebody said the marketing saying "nothing runs like a deer" is pretty unique and well branded.
Yep. Well, then there's people that added onto that and said that nothing runs like a deer, nothing smells like a John. So somebody made them a little garden tractor into something different. BR. Those BRs were a Model B that were made for more orchard kind of things or wheatland things. Style B.
for each new year that they brought in the tractors, did they upgrade it for the demand?
Sometimes they would make engineering changes, things that would just work out better and sell better. As they learned that there were deficiencies in whatever model. .830 diesel.
Did they have some well-known failures along the way?
Sure. The first Bs were built with a 4-bolt pedestal and they had problems breaking them, so they went to an 8-bolt, for instance. This is an H, the smallest of the row crop tractors they made.
So you've had B's and H's. What's the letter significance?
Just a model number. They started out when they first got John Deere, there was N's and R's Waterloo boys, and then they made the Model D. They made a Model C for just a hot minute until they made GPs. Then they made the A's and B's, and an H came along later.
That's an interesting setup.
Yep, that's a manure scoop.
Is that a weight on the front? What's with the weight on the front?
Well, so
this
if you're gonna pick up quite a bit of weight on the back end, you're gonna flip up your tractor, so you needed some weight in the front end.
So John Deere yellow is industrial. Can you explain that?
Well, they needed to differentiate themselves for the counties, municipalities, or whatever that would buy things for the government, so they ordered them in yellow. Unstyled B here, round spokes all the way around, very early model.
Is that like 1938 or what do you?
So they started B's in 35 and they were unstyled up until 1939 when they styled them. This is a GP. Some of those tractors were made to work on 3-row corn and other crops.
Now, would this be another industrial? Or?
This is an L. Yeah, that one would have been made for mowing the road ditches and so forth. Yep. There's a styled L there. They made L's and LA's, and I'm not certain the exact difference in the two. Has some weights in the wheels for these.
Looks like a really smooth ride.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go too fast in it. Model R, this would have been the diesel version that John Deere came out with early on. Quite powerful.
Is it the fact they're so well built or they're easy to maintain? What makes John Deere special?
So John Deere designed these so that the operator could easily work on them. They were really simple in design. That was a big selling thing because you couldn't afford to take them in to get them worked on in a shop a lot of times. So the operator needed to be able to work on them easily, and these were designed for that reason. International probably outsold John Deere in a lot of ways, but if you were wanting to adjust a clutch, it's a lot easier to do it on a John Deere than it is on an International.
How would you change that tire?
With a little help. It's a lot of weight on that thing. This is an unstyled A. Looks like he built it for pulling. Quite a bit of power in there.
And when did they change, or what was the purpose of changing from the spoke to the full?
Well, I think that part of this was that in order to work on a flat tire on a front end of these, you had to take the entire hub off, and that was kind of a pain. So they went to the disc fronts partially because of that. And then when collectors got into it, they really liked the look of the spoke wheel, so they went back and found all the spokes they could find. On the back end of them, you know, the spokes were a lot lighter weight. But if you were going to plow a field, you better have some weight with you back there. So that's why the cast centers became the norm for the tractors later on. If you're going to be in a plowed field, you better have some weight or you're going to slip quite a bit and you're not going to get very far.
Do these start like on the first, or it takes a little bit?
If you've got it set up well, they'll start right away. If you've got something wrong in there, something maybe your compression's not high enough or you're not timed right, maybe your carburetor's not set right, you're going to work at it a little while. That's why as we get older, a lot of us like to use the electric starts for that reason.
How impressed are you with this show?
Oh my, a lot of special tractors here. You know, collection that really you wouldn't get to see anywhere else.
How many of these, because you came in from
Kansas. Yep.
How many of the reunions have you been to?
This is the second one of the classic greens we had been to. They do them every 2 years and they're always in a different location. Then there's another one called Gathering of the Green that happens in Davenport, Iowa every other year that there's not a classic green one. So I like to try to hit those if I can as well.
Is it the memories or is it the machine itself? What is the big attraction?
Well, this was a family thing for me. My family always liked the 2-cylinder tractors, and that's what they had. My grandparents and dad, that's what they had when they were alive. So when they passed on, those are what I got, and from there it just kind of got out of control.
That looks newer.
Yep, this is an articulating middle tractor, the GM diesel in it. I'm not sure the exact model, but those are a huge horse.
We're coming to the end here.
Yep, that's a high crop A from the 50s, 51, 52, and extra seats. Very nice parade.
Jerry, thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You've been watching a live broadcast of the Tractor Parade here at the 2025 Classic Green Reunion held at the fairgrounds. This parade is going to go on every day starting at 1 o'clock and then make its way around the fairgrounds. Families are welcome to come on out. Kids 17 and under are free. Otherwise, it's $15 at the gate. The show runs through Saturday. This live broadcast is brought to you by American Commercial Real Estate.